The Wanted Poster project requires that you import 2 photos. Fortunately, the process is relatively simple and requires very few tools and actions. We will use the crop tool, the select, copy, and paste commands, the Windows menu, and the move tool with its transformation command. With Photoshop running, we're going to open the file that we're going to add to the other one. We can do that from the File menu at the top, or simply by doing Ctrl+O together. You'll find your file on your M drive. Mine is on the C drive on my computer. Once you find it, click Open, and it opens on its own stage. We would like to start by cropping this image. So to do that, we use the crop tool on the left-hand side. It's in the first group of tools. Click on that. In the option bar, we're going to enter the values 3 inches by 4 inches and leave it at 300 pixels per inch, so it's the same pixel depth as the other image we're importing it to. Now we can adjust the size of the cropping window, and then with this version we adjust the photo itself to fit in. With some of the older versions you move the crop window. Either way, once you're happy with the crop field, hit the return or enter key, and that will commit the crop and it'll fill the stage. We now want to import this image into our final file. To do that, we're going to use a series of 3 commands. The first is to select the entire image. You can do that from the select menu, or the quicker option is Ctrl+A, that's select all. Then we're going to copy the selection, which is Ctrl+C together. At that point, we're ready to navigate back to the previous image. So I'll click on it. With some versions of Photoshop, you need to access that through the window menu, and the open projects appear at the bottom. But we're ready now, so I can just hit Control and V, and that pastes the image in. And you'll see that that automatically created a new layer in your layer panel. I'm going to switch to the Move tool. That's the top tool in the tool panel. It has fewer options and we don't need to worry about those at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this image and move it into the position that we like on our document. At this point, if you're satisfied with it, you're ready to move on. If you want to adjust the image so that it takes up more or less space on your final project, still in the Move tool, you can open up the transformation option. And so you do that by holding down Control and T together. That gives you handles on each side of the image. Because we want to keep the width and height the same ratio, we hold down the Shift key and then drag from the corner. And then you can resize the image. If you're happy with that, you just hit the return key then, or you can revert it to what it was before by hitting Control and Z together. You hit Enter and your picture's ready to go. We're going to make sure that we label our layer, and this time we're going to call it Photo Left, just so that you can tell quickly when you look at your layer panel where everything is, and if you wanted to make changes to that afterwards, it's easy to find. In review, this is a relatively simple method for customizing and importing an image into your poster project. You should now be able to open and crop the image, use keystroke commands to select, copy, and paste it, maneuver between files using the window menu, and finally to move and transform your image using the Control menu plus Control T.